Cool.
You can count on me.
Let's continue.
Let's do it.
A spear. Some provisions.
It's locked.
Yeah.
Time for exploration. You can
Continue.
count on me. Locked. No problem. Time for
Talk to him.
exploration.
The blue-whiskered fisherman bows in greeting and asks in a low voice, "This is a lovely day for fishing, eh, matey?" "Yes, it is." The fellow nods and glances back at the gently flowing river. "Why are you speaking so softly?" "Not to scare away the fishes, of course." Not an whisper, "Gotcha." He turns his attention back to the flood. "Now, would you care to enlighten me about the local fishing traditions?" "No lightning needed. This ain't wizardry. Just get yourself a rod and some bait, and you're set." "Will any worm suffice for the local fish?" Worms don't catch anything worth catching, matey. Not in these waters. Have you use morph bait? You want some? I got a few extra. I'm willing to sell for only 10 dinars a piece." I know that dinar devaluation is an all-time high, but 10 coins for bait? Get real. Success. 5 then. What is this moth bait anyway? Just a plain old moth grub anyway. Can't find them, but the drying and wrapping it in colorful string, that's where the true art of bait making shows. Let's buy some. Can I ask you a few questions? Hate to disappoint you, but I've only got fishing on my mind, and that's the way I like it. At least introduce yourself. Success. People call me Maskenik. 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 My pleasure. But I need to go. Don't scare away the catch. Let's see if we can fish. There's a fishing rod propped here. Float gently bobbing on the water. You want to use your mouth bait to do some fishing? Yeah. You catch the line and set it and wait. Let's just wait. You blink a few times and flick look around. All's clear. Let's give it an time. Keep waiting. A pull. A bite. Something tug on the line and you grip the pole tightly. Heave. Darn it, see if the crafty fish slips off the hook, taking the bait along. Got away. You leave the fishing rod behind.
The road is calling.
Whatever.
Locked.
Locked.
You can count on me. Let's do it. No problem. Time for exploration. The road is calling.
Let's see inside here. Can we sneak? Not really.
You can count on me.
Fiona. We know her. Let's talk to her. Fiona, the queen, graces around the pub with undisguised ennui. How do you like this place? It could be worse. Lower her voice to an indignant whisper. Can you imagine? They won't accept songs as straight. I hate to sound like an old woman, but as the world headed when an end reject free entertainment. Can you join me once more then? Oh, I'd love to, but the humble meal I purchased has left my coin purse a tad tight. I need to get to Swordhaven post-haste. Her eyes sparkle. Unless there is some job I could help you with, for a modest cut of the proceeds, I mean. I might need your help with something. Tell her about your lizard slaying mission. Sounds dangerous, but also exciting. Very well, I'm in. Onwards then. Lead the way, my lord. That's nice.
Let's do it.
Let's talk to her. The woman greets you with a nod. Hello, my lord. A word, if I may. You need to know that we only accept money and goods for our services. The innkeeper bends over the counter. Seer said Almighty. The guest doesn't need to hear that, Mikkel. Just making sure. She bestowed a cold smile on him. What was that all about? Well, I remember we gave one fella a bed and 2 days worth of food for what was the price again? Husband dear. Size nothing. The price was nothing. Oh, that's right, nothing. Turns back to you. And since then, we decided to deal in goods and coin only. I sense there's a story behind this. Care to share it? Success. Well. It all started when this poetaster barged into our tavern looking for if villains had been chasing him for a whole 10-day things. Now that was the loud's name. Stress the melodic minstrel, groans the innkeeper. Stress the melodic minstrel. Okay. Yes, so he runs into the inn, grabs the biggest mug in sight, helps himself to an indecent amount of ale, nearly chokes on the dog we had boiling in the pot, and all that without a single hail and well met. Can you imagine? What happens next? What happened next? While we were dumbfounded by his sheer audacity, the ruffian drank himself to petition and fell asleep on the table. My dove, I can see now why you are not too eager to welcome traveling bards. I had to carry him to a haystack. The locals don't take kindly to soiled bards snoring where they rest with flagons. Rolls her eyes. Give him a free haystack like a proper saint. Then what happened? Come on. The cheeky buzzard arose with a pledge so thunderous it woke the whole house. Then he prepared to leave. We both stood ourselves before the door and demanded payment, to which he started singing. Oh, do innkeeper. If you insist on repeating that foolish song, you might as well do the ending. Staring daggers at her husband, she sings back. Hark, this song of extortion. Yes, exactly. And someone fell for it. Hook, line and sinker. The woman nod to her husband, who flinches as it from a powerful blow. He couldn't have persuaded you with a mere song. Did he do anything else? Some kind of magical trickery, perhaps? Why do you want to know? Squints at you and crosses her arms. Are you looking to swindle someone? No, but knowing his method will help me avoid getting hoodwinked in future should our paths cross. Success. I suppose that a noble cause. You see, the way that scoundrel behaved played a role. He acted loosely, but in a firm way, gestured a lot, and she spent a fair amount of time describing how the offending Bard held himself doing the extortionist act, showing you her interpretation of his body language, tone and voice, and many other things. All combined, these details entrench you and your persuasive abilities. Enhance your own persuasive abilities. Very nice. 5 points in persuasion. Can I ask you some other questions now? Go right ahead, my lord. How's life in the village? It's alright, though I wasn't always fond of this place. It grew on me. Mean you didn't like it before? Hey, listen to too many spooky tales about the sea and when I was little, so hearing that my marriage will force me to live close to the shore, I nearly ran away with the circus. Did you embrace the sea and learn it's not so dangerous if you approach it with courage and respect? Success. Gosh no, of course I still think of it as a horrifying abyss. Who doesn't? Shakes her head. Nay, something else made me change my mind. What was it, good woman? The night I snuck out of my parents' house and into the woods, a mystical creature stopped me in my tracks. A boar it was. Yet he spoke in a voice as human as you and mine. Staring into the distance. He vowed that my bridegroom, Dobril, was a good man, while life as a vagabond will lead me to a path of self-loathing and misery. Then I blinked and poof, I was back in my bed as I never left. As if I never left. Gained a new level. Turns to you. That was it, but a dream. But what the boss said wasn't mere gibberish. Double is indeed an able and upright man, despite all his flaws. Those her voice. And don't tell him this. I'm more than content with my life. What a mysterious vision. Or was it? I believe what I saw was a prophetic vision from a powerful spirit, a lesser deity, or even the great dragon himself. Hallowed be his name. What do you think that? What else would it be? All dreams are sent to us by the divines. What can you tell me about the inn? It's been in my husband's family for almost a century or so. He likes to boast, but you will speak with him if you wish to learn more. Oh, the yarns he spins. Do you have any stories to share? One guest told us quite a tale. See, his nephew's brother's friend took a barbarian wife, and surprisingly, she turned out to be a loving and caring partner, as well as a hard worker. Naturally, that fella always wondered why her given name was, God help me pronounce it, as Gonarani. It's a grim-sounding word meaning attack for naught in the barbarian tongue. Did he find out? Boy did he. All it took was him snaring a single smile with a merchant's daughter. That very night, as Gurani cut his corn cob and grapes with a tribal knife and ran off into the thicket, never to be seen again. Poor fella had to pester a smith to forge him a brass replacement before remarrying, but the real mystery is this: are all tribals names proper description of their character? That alone will make their language worth learning. I see, let's change subject. Michael rests her hands on her hips and looks at you expectantly. That's all, farewell. I hope you find your stay enjoyable.
No problem.
Let's continue. Can we take that one? No.
Time for exploration. Sneaky as a cat.
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's possible to
Just
steal.
say the word. Let's do it.
Let's speak to the innkeeper. The balding innkeeper greets you with an obscurantous brow. Welcome to Double's Black Pearl Inn, my lord. Let me assure you that our services are the best in all of Nova Draconia. Now then, what can I get you? Food, drinks, lodgings for the night? We have some chewing leaves from the Empire if you partake. Just say the word. Black Pearl Inn, a fanciful name for a village tavern. Success. There's a story behind that. My father worked this bar way back when I was but a wee bairn. And before that, it was owned by Mark Bramps, who built it with his own two hands soon after he landed. A voyage to Nova Draconia, the whole thing paid for with a single shining black pearl. A black pearl is valuable, but not that valuable. They were black then, apparently, but now you must be asking yourself. They were back then, but apparently. They were back then, apparently, but now you have to ask yourself, where did Doble's grandfather get such a treasure to begin with? Yes, where? It all depends on who you ask. My aunt, Liva, for instance, always said that grandfather got it from a hungry demon in exchange for being reborn as a swine in the next life, so that the demon might feast upon his flesh. Tightly purse your lips. Of course, it's nothing but libel. See, the old bat always hated our family trade. Used to say booze business is Kelk's business. Can't you believe it? I don't want you to upset you, but I don't think she was lying. Your grandfather really did turn into a swine. Failure. No, he didn't. You are just trying to mess with me. That's not even how he got the darn pearl. Oh yeah? Then how did he get it? Grandfather found the thing in a bowl of Moloch's porridge at a dockside tavern. The black pearl was floating amongst all manners of foul-smelling detritus that passed for ingredients, ready to become a family legend and namesake of a cozy, reasonably priced inn. Can an aristocrat expect fair prices in this establishment, or will you try and swindle me? Failure. Please, I swear on the name of the God's prophet, says it. My prices are as low as they can be. Fine, show me what you got. Sure will love our dishes. Let's see what he wants. I don't know what this means. But potions? And trinkets maybe? Like a brooch? And a silver ring? And the amber we got earlier? Yeah. Let's see what he has. Nothing usable. Let's trade. We happen to know anyone who would be interested in a radar objective from an H convoy? Oh, MERC it. Show him the mysterious statuette. He inspected the historical artifact closely, turning it over in his hand several times before returning it to you. Yep, it's definitely barbarian made. I'll say a century old, give or take. Frogs. Look like trash, but there's bound to be someone with an interest. Is it magical? Darn if I know. Chances are yes. It could even be cursed. Give you a small apologetic shrug. Sorry, can't tell you much more. Is it legal to sell it? Depends. If it's bewitched, you'll need to get an imperial permit granted. The law is murky on this topic. If for one don't know, I for one don't know anyone who got pinched for dealing in magics. Although people say it does happen, and the punishment is hanging upside down until your soul pours out of you and into the abyss. I need to find a buyer for it. Failure. Sorry, nobody who deals in that sort of stuff, and if someone I'll send a new customer to come to mind at the moment. And how about someone you send a friend to, huh? Success. Oh, alright. I had one guest a few days ago. Shady fella asking about all manners of curious. I said I didn't have any and sent him on his merry way. Just for him to continue. I can tell you where to find him. Why were you so reluctant to recommend him? Selling and buying relics is not for the foolhardy. I don't know this fella, so I can't promise he won't try to swindle or even God forbid rob you. Is he a dangerous criminal of some sort? I honestly don't know. To me he looked like your typical Swordhaven knuckle dagger. What was he looking for exactly? A whole lot of things. Glowy crystals, strings, figurines, heads preserved in jars, newt eyes and other such jolly knickknacks. Well, can you tell me where he is now? Once I assured him I had no mystical artifacts for sale, he mumbled something about trying his luck in Gwynhold. It's a village not too far from here, from where we are now. Points it out on your map. Very nice. Guess you might find him there. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? I'm all ears. What is it like to own an inn? My father was an innkeeper. His father was an innkeeper, and his father's father was an innkeeper, etc., etc. Smiles. The divines teach us that one should be content with his place in life, so I don't repine. So innkeeper is your only source of income? Gods no. I have hopped the trick long ago if I didn't have other sources of income. The river trades slowed significantly after the last barbarian war, so we don't get as many guests as my old man did back in the day. Makes a holy sign. May his soul rest in Samray. Do you know any good rumors? Don't want to alarm you, but I heard that a family of giant spider has spun themselves a lair east of the village. Thanks to God, our prophet. Their natural prey doesn't include human or livestock. Alright, anything else? Well, there's a pack of wolves terrorizing the village. The evil critters roam to the north on the far side of the river. Be very careful if you make your way over there. Got it? Is that it? A bunch of dagger fangs are pillaging the fields to the south. Ugly, stinking vermin the size of a cat. They are not all that dangerous, but they'll destroy the crops if they're allowed to run amok. Have you maybe heard anything positive for a change? People are whispering that the dragon herself was spotted flying over the sea one stormy night. Can you believe it? If this gossip is real, we are truly blessed. Of course. Tell me another story. You know them fellas who run the Belta ore mines for Swordhaven? I heard they hired an evil sorcerer to guard the place with an army of summoned monsters. Pretty creepy if you ask me. I think that's enough stories. Let me ask you something else. Nothing comes to mind. Let's change the subject. It was nice talking to you, but I have to go. Come again, friend.
Time for exploration. Sneaky as a cat. Like
I think you might be able to open this one.
Need?
Let's take a look.
Ask someone else. I'm through with it.
Not
Time
enough
for
skills.
action. Time for exploration.
I just remembered we leveled up. Let's take a look. New level. I think our bladed weapons is fairly okay. We got 27 points. Let's go. Fifty. 50. Um, 50. And let's take outdoorsmanship 2 up. Next. Skills. So we're using swords. We already got that one. Let's take a look at these. Attack SP cost mine plus 25% when performing this attack. If there is more than one target in range, you will automatically strike one more random target for free. Otherwise, you will just attack once Attack deals minus 25% damage. Attack SP costs minus 25%. Your attack tries. This attack deals minimum damage. This attack ignores the target's damage threshold. I think we should take this one. Let's do it. Accept. Close. And let's talk to her. This weary woman is toiling at a domestic druggery. Sorry, but if you're fixing to chat me up, you'll better find someone less busy. I see. Do you need any help? No, thanks you. Furrows her brow in contemplation. After a bit of thinking, tell you what, speak to my husband, Siva. He's making bows for his own amusement, but if you are interested in that sort of weaponry, perhaps you could peruse his stock. Might just find something to your liking, and for us every coin helps. So your husband is a bower? Nah, hon, he's a fisherman. Bows making is just what he does in his leisure time. Folks say he's not half bad either. I see. By the way, I've been getting acquainted with the locals. We are simple, lovely folk. I don't believe there's anything interesting about us. You'll be surprised how many secrets a village like this one can hold. Secrets? There's no secrets here. It's preposterous to even think something like that. That begs a few more questions, and I'd love to answer them, hon, but like I said, too busy. At least introduce yourself. Success, my name is Denute. Pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. Farewell. Stay out of trouble.
The road is calling.
Let's continue. There's a chest.
Locked.
Locked. Let's
Yes,
see if
your
she
drum.
can open it.
Now you see me, now you don't. Easy.
Very nice.
Just say the word.
Some soap. And a pouch. Incense pouch.
Your need?
Yes.
Let's continue. There was something over here we could open.
You can count on me.
You called? Almost had it.
Failed. Why is it smoking out of her?
Time for action.
Is that because she's
As a cat.
stealth? Maybe?
What is it? Time for exploration. The road is calling.
take a look. Is anybody in here? I don't think so.
Let's see what's out there. It's locked.
This
What
seems
is it?
impossible. This is beyond my skill.
Let's look at those skills for a second.
Now you see me, now you
No.
don't.
Pickpocketing, lockpicking, 35. We need her to level up.
Just say the word. You can count on me. Let's do it. No problem.
Did we only go in that house?
Time for exploration.
Let's talk to her. When you announced your present to the humpbacked crone, she jumps up as if skilled and nearly spills the content of her little cloth bag. The spots on her griddle. Ellie, are you out of your bleeding mind? Hasuga takes you for sneaking up on old Direlani like that. Nearly lost my herbs, I did. What would I sell to you? What will I sell to your ingredients then? I'm sorry, ma'am. It won't happen again. See, that doesn't dang habit. Now don't just stand there like an newling moss piglet. You here for my potions and herbs? Mumbles. Of all of the things I do for this village, that seems to be the only one they care about. So you're not just an herbalist. What else do you do for this settlement? Oh, forget I said anything. You youngsters ain't made for this from the same hardened clay as old folk are. Lowers her voice. Even a weensly sprinklet of the eldritch horror I deal with will knock you out cold, or worse. No knowledge is harmful to a trained mind, ma'am. Please share your story. Oh, very well. There's your funeral. Shrugs and leans in to whisper. Unbeknownst to anyone, this village is beset by the terrifying apparition of an old warlord, Triton the Impaler. By chance, I met it on the shores one scarlet night and sorted its bloodlust with a gift of specteria seeds, continues solemnly. I've been keeping the vengeful spirit at bay ever since. So you do still think me a fool, smelling old, witch who may or may not have pushed her foul of a husband into a will? Impaler. I've heard story about Saint Triton of Kynia, the famous knight who perished at sea during the first barbarian war. Saint Impaler is all down to perspective. My Saldrian kin calls him that. Your people obviously see him differently, whilst the real true is hidden in the mist of time. As for why they will assault a dung pile, who knows, maybe he wasn't really that saintly in life, or maybe when you're a ghost, any old place looks good for proper hunting. Wait, what did you say about your husband? I don't know what you're talking about, Amen. Now, where were we? Oh yes, spooky baby killing ghosts all over the village. Woo. What can you tell me about Sipegia seeds? It's our regional speciality. It is said that if you chew them hard enough, you can attune yourself to the spirits of the thinner planes of existence. Grabs a handful of seeds from one of her bell bags. Here, take a whiff. Why don't you smell the seeds? Their pungent odor makes you wince. You need to soak them in water for a day, otherwise you will get sick. Tuck the seed away in a pouch. Growing Spixia is supposedly illegal, but I've never heard of anyone getting nabbed for it. So back to your spirit story. You think I'm lying here? Not surprising. Restraining spirits is a thankless job, not to mention tough. For example, I recently had to sneak past a couple of lizard monsters on my way to the shore, but even without hazard like that, this hack isn't getting any younger. She sighs, lost in thought for a moment, then her eyes light up. Hey, if you're so smart, how about you give the boon of Shakespeare to the ghost instead of tiny old me? Dainty old me, you will learn something and also help me conserve my strengths for the future. Shrugs, sure, why not? The old herbalist claps her hands, favoring you with a crab-tooth grin, a pouch of seeds, and a mouth-eaten headscarf to top it off. Here's the Spictia. When you're down on the beach at night, stand between two huge rocks, wear my old headscarf and holler, Zoom Esther kin be patient, Jordan the Impaler will find you. Some etu, is that some kind of divination? It means I come bearing gift in my native Slurian. You silly goose. Wait, wasn't Troden from Canonia? While addressing him in a language he probably didn't even know? Because it works. Dang a bit. Now quit pestering me with your stupid questions before I turn you into something moss related. But why do I need to wear a headscarf? God's bestowed to trick the man-eating ghost into thinking you're me. A frail headscarf wearing old girl. We don't want to spook it or anything. Who knows what he'll do then? Do we have any more silly questions or can we move on? I like to trade with you, but only if the price is right. And by right I mean low, and by low I mean really low. Success, fine, just don't tell the locals. In a future whisper, I've been charging everyone extra for years now, and they've been gobbling it up like the Udo Poto pushovers they are. You seem to be in tune with the arcane. Take out the old statuette. What can you tell me about this thing? Inspect the figurine and absurdly backs away. Your gods, get the thing out of the light. Why, what's wrong? I don't like the feeling of this trinket. The feeling this trinket gives me. Perhaps it carries a curse. I suggest you return it to wherever hole it came from. So had Anfos amulet. What can you tell me about this trinket? Democracer. This thing look like a really powerful artifact. I don't know what it is, but sure a to Democracian. Better hold on to it. Can I ask you a few questions? The Laranani is a common name. Are you tribal? Delani tomb? Ah, don't worry. I won't cook you in a pot or whatever you think we barbarians do. In a surprisingly somber tone. I've spent a good part of my life around you lot. I know your midcap always through and through. What made you choose to live in this village? My late husband did. Good old Vasivik. He swept me off my feet when he stumbled through the tribal communes, naked as the day he was born and drunk as a sailor, which isn't surprising since he actually was a sailor. And a right bastard as well, only cared about his drink and the chance to get into a fistfight, right up until his death in a well-related accident. Scythe, I missed the man sometime. Heard any good rumors lately? Yeah, you know, that Belter all you people love to plunder from those rocky loins, well, is cursed, valuable as they are. Items made from Belter attracts evil spirits. Personally, I avoid that stuff like the seven plagues. I see. Let's change the subject. I would like to see wares. Let's see what you have. Bone statuette. And some flowers. And salve. Nothing interesting. You won't find better potions anywhere else. Perhaps leave her be. Don't be a stranger. Stop by for a potion whenever you like.
The road is calling.
Can we steal from
Your
there?
need? And I vanish.
I don't think so.
Time for action.
I think that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching and stay awesome.